I'm Johan, and today I would like to explain you why I think Brian Madden is wrong and VDI is essential in basically every Workspace ONE deployment. So what I already drew here are, is an application landscape with multiple types of applications, a cloud-based application, a mobile application, mobile or native, and a traditional application. So the last one is the traditional application is the type of application you need to deploy with tools like SCCM and basically need a Windows desktop to run on. And according to Brian's Is VDI Dead presentation, those will probably exist in the next 30 years or even after a nuclear war together with Twinkies and cockroaches. So at the other end we have devices, we have mobile devices, we have your MacBook or your Chromebook, stuff like that, and a traditional device like a fat client or a thin client, stuff like that. And I drew two types of ownerships. So we have a bring your own device. I buy a device from a shop, enroll it in a modern management solution, and I'm able to work within a couple of minutes. And I have my corporate owned devices, and those are your traditional managed devices that needs to be part of the domain, applications need to be installed, stuff like that. So one thing I miss here is a user, and let's call him Brian. And Brian is a modern user. So Brian works at a company that only has SaaS or cloud-based applications and native applications, and we call them modern apps. And in order to bring those modern apps to any type of device, the only thing you need is a solution like Workspace ONE. So Workspace ONE contains multiple different features or functionality, and the ones you would need in order to bring those modern applications to any type of device is, in this case, your Workspace ONE UEM solution to basically bring your traditional app to any type of device. You need your Workspace ONE Hub to basically bring your cloud-based applications to any type of device. Also, these solutions bring stuff like conditional access or your central dashboard, your portal, your central app store. Everything, every part of those or every functionality that I just mentioned will be offered through these two solutions to any type of device. But especially the customers that I have worked with in the last couple of years don't have just these two types of applications. When we run an application assessment, and we do that prior to every design and deploy phase, we see that the majority of customers also has these traditional applications. Traditional. And what we see in terms of numbers, if you look at, for instance, take a percentage. If you look at the modern-based applications versus traditional applications, the majority of customers maybe have like 5% of those, 95% of those. And what Brian mentioned in his VDI is VDI Dead presentation is that the chances are really big that we will have to deal with those types of applications for a really, really, really long time. And in order to bring those applications to any type of device, we need an additional technology. Guess what? VDI. So what I think is, for the majority of customers that have traditional applications, VDI is essential in every project to bring all of those applications to any type of device. And what we also see is that a lot of customers or a lot of use cases benefit from the fact that VDI is there in the total solution. So if you look at a normal user that has, for instance, has a couple of office-based applications, but also a couple of cloud-based applications, because they have their traditional applications as well, their preferred way of working is through a virtual desktop. And because they do that, they also start their cloud-based applications from that user context. And the benefit of that is, for instance, if they stop working at the end of the day, but want to continue from home, they just close the lid, go to the train, opening up it again, reconnect to the virtual desktop, and they are able to run all of those applications again without even re-authenticated within those applications. So that's a big benefit of those applications. And what Brian mentioned in his last blog post is that Workspace ONE Intelligence is one big piece of the whole offering. And I think that it has a certain future within the total offering. And not only from a UEM or a hub perspective, I think that intelligence it has also a lot of benefits from a VDI perspective. Because what we could do from a VDI perspective with intelligence is leveraging the power of, like, intelligence itself is a big data lake. It contains a lot of information about usage, about authentication, stuff like that. And if irregularities are being noticed by intelligence, they could block the access to a virtual desktop. Or imagine we could measure with intelligence that a user is near the office, and we could automate a virtual desktop already being pre-provisioned, app stacks being connected, and the user is already able to work as soon as he enters his office or opens up the device. With this, I hope I've shown you why I think a VDI is essential in any type of digital workspace project. Because if you would like to bring any type of application to any type of device, it's essential to do that with a VDI. So if you think like me that 2019 will indeed be the year of VDI, please go to theyearofvdi.com and fill in the survey. Even if you don't think that it will become the year of VDI, just fill in the survey. So with this, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Brian, I think it's your turn now to convince me otherwise. Okay guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.